I guess I'll start. So our company is called Tomagen, and we research and develop genetically modified fruits and vegetables, as well as other tomatoes. And our newest product that we're trying to push right now is called FlavrSavr 2, and it's produced by replacing gene segments using the process pictured. And it's kind of small here, but it's replacing the DNA in the plasmid and then putting it into a growth medium, and then replacing the growth medium and back into the plant and allowing it to grow. So that's that. Mikey, do you want to take this slide?
I'll take it. Okay, so the benefits of FlavrSavr 2, it's really not any different from the first one. It's just within this entire project we're trying to morph the public opinion in our favor, and by introducing a new set or a new, not necessarily species, but a new wave of this, hopefully we're going to sway public opinion and get them on board. But the benefits are it's got a lower pectin content and an increase in starch levels, a reduction in allergens, it's got more vitamins and minerals, and it's got a higher resistance to different bacteria, diseases, and last but not least, it's got a slower maturity rate, which means it ripens slower, so it's able to stay on shelves longer and not ripen as quickly.
Yusta, you want to take this?
Okay. What we've researched on the GM tomatoes were grown through 1992 through 2003. Some of the things that were legally approved during those times were like on the productions in U.S., Mexico, Japan, and some of the foodstuffs were also included in all those, plus Canada. Right now, the GM tomatoes aren't really coexist and non-exist right now. No one is actually producing or selling any of these tomatoes, just because what they usually do is just they pick the tomatoes when they're ripe. The only thing holding the public back is usually just how everybody is talking bad about the idea of the genetically modified tomatoes and how bad they are.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Cool. So, Mikey, you want to take this?
Based on the survey that we posted out, we asked if GM foods were good or bad in general.
And this just relates to our feeling on the public opinion. This is just going back to public opinion, which is really what we're aiming for, just to know their general thesis, what they think about it, so we can get a better head start on our project. And from this, we could see that most people really don't know enough to say that they're good or bad. They just think, oh, they're there, it's not really a big problem. But more people think that these foods are bad instead of good. So the public's not seeing like the good and the good side of all of the genetically modified food. So we really want to get that out there into the public.
Angelica, you want to take this slide?
Sure. We are trying to target the consumers, which are young adults. We've been trying to get the consumer to buy it so the farmers can grow it and get more stuff.
It'll cause a chain reaction, basically. When the consumers want it, the farmers will see that they need to produce it so that the consumers will buy it from them.
On the first round, all the advertisements didn't make the FlavrSavr really seem very appealing. This is why it flopped so much. So this time around, we're planning on trying to make the advertisements more appealing to the consumer.
So our marketing objectives, we want to evaluate the social and ethical problems the population in general has with genetically modified foods. We want to inform them more about genetically modified foods and convince them that they're beneficial, because so many people don't realize the benefits that can come from it. And this chart right here just kind of backs that up, that people answered if they knew the foods were more nutritious, that 85% of the people who responded said they would buy the genetically modified foods.
And that's kind of ironic, because they're saying that if it was more nutritional, they would buy it, which is really part of the genetical modification in the first place.
I'll take this one. Our marketing proposal. Since the last time around, it didn't seem very appealing to anyone. We're using social media such as Facebook, Instagram, to get more information out about it, make it seem more popular so the average consumer actually knows about it, since social media is the thing that's in now. We're going to be focusing on that more than the newspaper or things that aren't as commonly looked at as social media typically is.
So these are just some examples of our things we're pushing. Hey, y'all want to come see these? These are pretty funny.
Pretty good.
These are awesome.
You're welcome. See? Amanda and I had some good ideas.
These are cute.
I like it. Hey guys, I know you're too young to remember old Coke and new Coke. I don't know if you've ever read about it.
Yeah, I've been to the Coke Museum in Atlanta.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I like your marketing idea of changing the name, to make them think it's a different product. It didn't work so great for Coke, but they actually changed their product to taste more like Pepsi, so they had to bring the old Coke back. And then the old Coke actually was the new Coke, but anyway.
Right. Yeah, and that's what we're really trying to do. Is it's not that this product is all that much better. There are a couple more modifications that the FlavrSavr original didn't have, but we're just trying to ditch the preconceived notions that the company had. And then this was more of a formal, a little bit more representation of it.
Using a magazine article.
Right.
Angelica and I mostly worked on the SWOT analysis. Really, strengths are going back to the benefits we had. It's going to have a longer shelf life, and it's a whole and reinforcement of what we were saying with the benefits. Weaknesses, the only real weaknesses, there are no competitors because there are no genetically modified tomatoes being produced. So the biggest weakness is going to be the cost to get the technology, be able to actually make this genetically successful modified tomato. So the research could be very costly, but going back to the supply and demand we were talking about by targeting the consumers, that should pay off pretty quickly. So that's what we're really aiming for. And the only other weakness is the already preconceived thought of genetically modified foods in general.
The opportunity is the tomato is an idle crop that you can grow in many places where you can use the full sun and well-drained soil.
They can be grown just about anywhere from California to Michigan to Florida, so it's really well-rounded as far as where it can be grown.
The threats are the misconceptions about the genetic modified tomatoes, because people think that it's probably harmful for them, but in reality it's not.
All right. Well, that's about it for our presentation. Do you guys have any questions?
I just, again, would like to say I like the idea of changing the name. I think that's a great marketing strategy. And you did a good job, too, with using your charts to help support what you were trying to market. So you guys,
Gosh.
whether
Sorry.
pulling those charts in, I thought were really good. and they were applicable. And also, I guess one of the questions I would have had to do with the research. Is there any research out there that GM foods are bad? That there's any negative consequences in eating them?
Well, they kind of, the biggest thing we saw was there were environmental concerns with genetically modified foods cross-pollinating with
contamination.
right. Yeah, and that was, we didn't put that in our PowerPoint, I don't think, but we did take that into account in our proposal, if I remember correctly.
And did y'all discuss at all what was the downfall of the original FlavrSavr tomatoes?
It was just, the only downfall was really the consumer feeling of it, the morals about being a genetically modified food. It was not natural, and people just had this awful preconception of it.
There wasn't enough information about it for the consumer to know that it wasn't going to hurt them. And now I feel that we have the ability to give them more information to let them know that it's not a bad thing.
Okay, so maybe using social media, your idea is to hit the younger generation?
Yes.
Yes, the younger generation
Younger adults, mainly.
probably has a more open mind to certain things like that. You know, the older generation is harder to sway. They're more...
They're picking on it.
No
Miss Liz.
offense. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
How do I close?
All right, we can't figure out how to close it out, but I think we're going to finish this Google Hangout. You guys did a great job.
Yes, that was very good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll talk about Monday, Miss Litz.
Yeah, Monday, I'll call you. It's easier when we talk on the phone, so I'll
Okay.
just call you and we'll figure it out. Is that okay?
Yes, I wish we could have seen y'all one more time.
I'm waving, but you can't see
Can
it.
you not see it?
On screen share.
Oh, hit
How do you get it off screen?
Yeah.
Tap the screen share.
I'm trying to. How do you stop it? I'm clicking screen share. And it's acting like it's not even on screen share, but it's on screen share.
Click the... Alright, no.
I don't know what I'm doing.
We've been working with you for like 3 months. We want to see you more.
I know. I'm sorry.
I don't even know how you look like.
I
Hi!
don't know. I don't know how to get it off.
Okay.
Making a creepy face.
Okay. Well, we'll say hi to you on Monday. You can just peep in and say hi to us.
Yeah, I'll have him pop in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye,
Sorry about
y'all.
that, guys.
Look at Duncan. Look at Duncan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.